Hi, my name is Greg. I'd like to go over with you how I started the paleo diet. All right, so first and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to read this disclaimer. Number one, we are not doctors. If you are under a doctor's care, you should continue to follow their directions, regardless of what is said here or anywhere for that matter. Consult with your doctor before you start any exercise or diet program. Okay, so let's get started. What is the paleo diet? This is what I found on Wikipedia to describe the paleo diet. The paleo diet is a term, Paleolithic diet, or paleo diet, or caveman diet, or the Stone Age diet is describe modern fads, diets requiring the sole or predominant consumption of foods presumed to have been used or only used by your ancestors. In essence, what it's saying is that you're going back to eating things that is presumed that was eating by those before you, not the hamburgers or the fast foods and things like that. Okay, so you're going back to eating more original foods. Somehow our ancestors ate those foods and they were able to do pretty good. So here we go. Hi, my name is Greg Gibson. I live in the Chicagoland area. I'm currently doing what is called the 30-day reset version of the paleo diet. And it's actually a book called The Paleo Cure by Chris Kessler. Now, the 30-day reset is just one part of his program of the paleo diet. It's one of three. But the 30-day reset is to clean your body, to help you start over, and it's to reset your body, to jumpstart your body, to help you to be healthier and fit. And it was not developed by me, it was developed by Chris. All right? So, one tip. Number one, if you think of this as a diet, you will fail. At least I did. I've been on several diets before. I've been on the Atkins diet, the low carb diet, probably eat more meats or eat all meats diet, and I've been on everything. The thing is that I would lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. I could not keep that up. I just couldn't sustain whatever those particular diets were. Okay? I might lose 10 pounds. Well, I usually lost more than 10 pounds. I might lose maybe 20 pounds or something like that. And then I would gain back 25, 20, 25. If you keep that up a lot, then over a period of time, you're going to be 10, 15, 20 pounds overweight. And that's probably what happened to me. But you don't want to consider it a diet. You got to call it something else, because if you call it something else, I have failed at dieting. I mean, if I try more than one diet, that means that I failed. But if I call it something else, then it's new to me. It's fresh to me. I have no opinion. I haven't failed. So psychologically, I can keep it up. All right. So with that being said, considering this something different, or consider this something different, I call it Simply Paleo. And here's what that means to me. Simply Paleo means that it's a not one size fits all. You hear a lot of people talk about the paleo diet, and at least I get the understanding, or I believe that they are telling me is this is what I should eat, this is what I should follow, bam, bam, bam. It's a little bit rigid for me. But I believe, and this is what Chris Kessler, he's a doctor by the way, this is what I believe, is that not all people are the same. I'm not the same as you, you aren't the same as me, vice versa. So if not all people are the same, then how could all diets be the same? That makes sense to me. This is what Chris is saying. So in his book, in his program, that's why there are three parts. Because now the basic paleo is the basic paleo for everyone. Well, I believe what most people are talking about is the basic paleo, which is, eat organic food, don't eat grains, blah, 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 and so on and so on and so forth. Nothing wrong with that. But we're going to do that for 30 days. We can do it for 30 days, right? This is my second time doing it. The reason why I'm doing it 2 times, because I got off of it, and I don't know about you, but when I get off of it, if I get off of it too far, then I'm gone. But I didn't get off of it too far, I just got off of it. So I got off of it during the holiday season, and I picked up a couple of pounds, and now I'm back on it, And believe it or not, within 7 days, I lost the majority or 80% of the weight that I gained during the holiday season. And I took a long holiday season. I didn't just do it for a week or for 2 weeks. I took off for almost 3 months. Okay? So let's keep going. What I'm trying to say is you can do it. I know your first thought is, I can't do it. I'm not rigid, blah, blah, blah. I'm not used to following that. But I'm saying that yes, you can. You commit to a 30-day period where you eliminate the modern foods that contribute to disease, as well as the foods people are most often allergic to, and focus on safe, nourishing foods that our ancestors thrived upon more than 60,000 generations ago. Now that sounds simple, right? Hold your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care, like the lady in the picture there. But no, I mean seriously, hold your hands in the air and just say, I can do it. I can do it. Just by doing that, it's going to make you feel better. I can do it. So, we're going to get through this together. I'm on week number 2. As I told you, the first week, I didn't tell you exactly how many pounds I lost because I'm doing this basically, I'm doing this for 2 reasons. I'm doing this because of health and weight. That's it. Health and weight. Okay. My health, it's not bad. I go to the doctor regularly, blah, blah, blah. My numbers are good. My weight right now is good. But if you had seen me or talked to me 2 weeks ago, my weight was a little bit out of whack. But in 1 week, I got it back in whack. The second week, I'm good. Third, fourth week should be a breeze. So here we go. Let's get started with the 30-day reset. The reason why you're doing this, or why you're doing it, the reason why you're doing the 30-day reset, because the reset is designed to reduce inflammation, to improve digestion, to burn fat. Let's give a 1-up for burning fat. To burn fat, to identify food sensitivities. Let's give a 1-up for that, because what I notice is that if I drink or if I eat fried foods, what are fried foods, guys? Fried foods are fast foods generally. If I eat fast foods, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it in my stomach. I'm going to feel it in my intestines. Okay? And the book talks about all that. I'm not a doctor. I can't go into detail. Reduce allergic reactions. Boost energy. Regulate blood sugar and stabilize your mood. Let's talk about that regulate blood sugar for 1 second. When I had my doctor's visit, okay, like once a year, I do the thing to where he would draw blood. And then when I go back, they will give me he would sit down and tell me what the numbers mean, blah, blah, blah. My history has been, and I have had my same doctor for about 12 years plus. My history has been, is that my cholesterol, he always says, is at its borders, but it's nothing to worry about. I don't know what those numbers are exactly, but this last time I went there, he kind of talked about that, to the extent that my cholesterol has went up a couple of points, but he's just going to look at it, but not give me anything for it, which I'm happy for that. The reason why my cholesterol went up a couple of points is because, remember I told you that during the holidays, I kind of lost it, okay? And when I lost it, I was eating out too much. I was eating all the wrong things, and willingly, but when you're in the moment, you don't think about those things. But I ate the wrong foods just enough, which did affect that. And then I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was saying, well, you can control that. And I agreed, as most of us do, but I didn't really know how until I picked up this book again by Dr. Kressler, The Paleo Cure. It explained it to me right off the bat. I need to eat more fish. Stay away from the fried foods and leave that bread alone. Okay, so in the 30-day reset, there are 3 types of foods. We are going to cover those, but number 1, let's talk about the foods that you can eat. Foods that you can enjoy as much as, now the foods that you can eat as much as you like. There is no counting calories. There's no counting points. This is not a fast. This is not a cleanse. You can eat anything that I mentioned to you. And if you want to get specific, just get the book. what is it, about $12, $14. Just get the book, and it will tell you exactly what you can eat and why. Okay, I'm not going to go into why. So let's talk about those foods. You can eat meat and poultry. You can eat organ meats. Organ meats would be like liver. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't mind the smell of liver. I think it smells 100 times better than the taste. But it's hard to get over the taste. But I understand now, just by reading this book a second time, is that I got to eat liver. I need to eat it at least once a month. Now, in reality, I need to eat it once or twice a week. But to start off with, once a month. Okay? Bone broth soup. Bone broth soup, ladies, you probably know more about that than what I do. But what I have to do, because my wife doesn't cook like that, I went to Whole Foods or else any grocery store, and you can buy bone broth soup. What it does, it's like the glue to hold everything together. So like it helps those minerals and everything in which you are eating to kind of, do what they do, or pull it out to do what they do. I already mentioned to you fish. Fish is extremely important. The best type of fish to eat would be salmon. Well, salmon's not the number one. The number one type of fish to eat is caviar. Never tasted caviar. To be perfectly honest with you, for whatever reason, don't want to taste it. But caviar is the number one best type of food to eat. And the reason why is because of the omega-3s. The omega-3, I think is fat, or let's call it acid, but the omega-3s of which the caviar has. So caviar, shrimp, salmon is higher than shrimp. So certain fish is better than others, but you want to eat fish, and the best way to eat fish is, it's not fried. Grill is okay, but either bake it or grill it. Okay? Starchy plants, do want to mention, number one, a regular potato is not allowed here. Now, when you go to the second phase, if you go to the second phase, you can test that and then just see how your body reacts to it. Some people can put it in there and some people can't. But listen to your body, okay? Now, non-starchy vegetables. Non-starchy vegetables, they can be cooked or raw. So you want to eat carrot, you can eat it raw. You want to eat carrot, you can steam it. Okay, but you want it to where there's still like a little bit of crisp to it. You want that crisp, okay? Now, traditional fats. This is where I kind of do very well. But coconut oil, traditional fat. Ghee, traditional fat. Olive oil, and even lard. Now, there are more, but what you want to stay away from is artificial fats like vegetable oil, okay? And we'll talk about that later on. And then you can also have olives, avocados, coconut, seafood, and spices. Now, artificial sugar and artificial flavoring, you want to avoid. You know what? I said artificial. I'm just going to say avoid sugar and artificial flavoring. Okay, but artificial sugar, guys, just so you know, FYI, is the sugar that we have on our table. If you go to the islands, my wife and I went to the islands. We went on a tour, and they had pieces of sugar cane, because we went to Punta Cana. They had pieces of sugar cane, and you're able to eat the sugar cane. Now, that's different sugar than what's on my kitchen table. That sugar you can have. All right? Now, the foods that you should eat in moderation. Again, there are three types of foods. The first type I just went over, you can eat it any and all as much as what you want. This particular type of food you want to eat in moderation. So here we go. Processed meats. That's like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, all those things. Processed. Chances are, if it comes out of a restaurant, it's processed. But you can eat processed meats 2 to 3 times a week. That's okay. All right? And that's including lunch. So you can eat it 2 to 3 times a week. If you are working, you want to try to take your lunch. Number one, if you take your lunch, you know exactly what you got in there, and it's going to save you money, and that's always a plus. So you want to eat whole fruits up to 4 times a day. Whole fruits, you have a whole lot to choose from, whether it's apple, oranges, grapes, berries. But what the book says is choose a variety of colors. Don't just eat all apples, all green apples, or red apples. You want to eat green, red, orange, yellow, everything. And then you can eat in moderation nuts and seeds. Now, I do want to mention to you, not all nuts and seeds are alike. So you want to stay away from the, what's it called? The honey roasted peanuts. The reason why, because of the honey roasted on there. Okay, stay away from that now. After 30 days, you want to try to throw it in there, fine. So what type of nuts should I eat? That's what I asked myself. Almonds are okay. Macadamia nuts, believe it or not, are okay. What you want to do with the nuts is that non-salted is better than salted. Even though it may not taste better, get the non-salted nuts. And the amount that you should eat, put it in your hands. Get you a handful. You do not want to eat more than one handful of nuts a day. So whatever you eat, and like you can't have a handful of this one and a handful of that one, total one handful of nuts per day. Then you can also eat in moderation green beans, sweet peas, snap peas, coffee, black tea, vinegar, and restaurant food. Now, the thing I want to mention about restaurant food, and this is whether you go out, you sit down, carry out, it's all the same, it's restaurant food. Excuse me. You do not want to eat in a restaurant more than twice a week. Okay, so try and limit yourself to twice a week and you're doing cool. All right, the third type is food that we should avoid completely, period, for the next 30 days. You want to avoid dairy products, period. Whether you're allergic to it or not, you still want to avoid dairy products, period. That's all milk products. You know what, by the way, let's be frank. Eggs are fine. You can eat eggs all day long. That's part of poultry. You want to avoid grains. I want to tell you a quick story about grains. Grains are bread, guys. Grains is anything that got flour in it. Because normally, excuse me, normally the flour that we eat is refined flour. Hold on one second. I need a sip of water here. Normally the flour that we eat in our food is refined flour. That's no good because when they refine it, they take out all the purities in it. Okay. So, quick story. I was buying whole wheat bread. I bought whole wheat bread because I thought the bread that had the seeds on it, the whole wheat that had the seeds on it in the store was better than the regular wheat bread. Okay. But I did notice something. At least my stomach was trying to tell my mind something. Is that when I ate a sandwich with that whole wheat bread, and the whole wheat bread costs more than that regular wheat or the normal bread, I noticed is that my stomach would feel like it's like a person took a brick and just dropped it in my stomach and it just said bam. It just sit there. I mean, like it instantly kind of took me down, kind of zapped some energy out of me, but I ate it anyway because I wanted to act like I didn't feel it because I thought whole wheat bread or whole grain wheat bread was actually good for me. Okay, so a buddy of mine told me about gluten, and I said that I understood, but I really didn't. But when I read the doctor's book or Chris' book, he explained it to where I understood it. Sometimes, at least me, probably not you, but sometimes I got to hear things more than once. I may have to hear things from a different perspective just to let it sink in. Okay. But once I read Chris' book, even the first time, it sunk in. So now by rereading his book, his book is like a little Bible to me. Now by rereading his book, it just helps me to, I can read it faster and so forth, but I understand. Okay. So where were we? So you don't want to eat dairy products. You don't want to eat grains. You don't want to eat legumes, chocolate for just 1 month. I know you can do it. Just 1 month, lay off the chocolates. Okay, after the 30 days, you can test it out. And if you're good with it, tear it up. Processed foods are refined foods. The best way to describe that is anything in a bag or box for the next 30 days, don't eat it. Industrial seed and vegetable oil. This is what our food, not yours, but this is what our foods are cooked in restaurants. The reason why restaurants make it, because they are in business to make a profit. So vegetable oil is cheap. Industrial seed oil is cheap. So this is what they fry and cook our foods in. So this is one of the reasons why they are actually saying stay out of there. All right. Vegetable oil, sodas. The worst way to get your calories is through drinking them. The thing about sodas is that, and oh, by the way, too, sodas will be the same thing as a pop, as cold drink, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. Coke, Pepsi, RC, blah, 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 it's the same thing. You want to stay away from that for just 30 days. The reason why, because if you look at it, just read the label. It has corn fructose. It has glucose. Like all these other things, which you really don't have a clue what it is. What these things are, that's sugar, guys. That's like refined sugar to the utmost, to where when it gets into your body, it goes straight into your bloodstream, and bam. For guys, it hits us around the midsection. For ladies, it probably hits you somewhere else. But you want to stay away from sodas for just 30 days. You may ask, what do you substitute? Well, why not some water? Water's good. You know what? I do want to talk about water later after I finish this. You want to stay away from alcohol just for 30 days. That's it. Processed sauces and seasons. Now, if you make your own sauce, tear it up, because you're using probably natural, pure ingredients. Seasonings, stay away from it for right now, okay? Now, you can do it. That's all I want to just say, is that I believe that you can do this. And for help, here's what I like to invite you to do. Join our free community. We have a free community on Facebook, to where we have recipes for paleo. We got exercises. You can go there and ask questions. People can answer your questions. Heck, you can probably answer some of the questions yourself after a while. But you can go there and ask questions, and you're around like-minded people. Weigh yourself, okay, the day before you start. After that, weigh yourself at the same day, the same time, for the 4 weeks. And this is what I can promise you. If you follow this, if you follow this, you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better. Your stomach is going to go down and get flat within 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days. All you have to do is just follow it. Now, I know you can do it because I did it. And it's not hard. So stop telling yourself that it's hard. That's just an excuse. Because, listen, there's nothing more important to me than my health. There's nothing. As we get older, I may notice like my knee might pop a little bit. I can't run as fast as what I used to run. I can't jump as high as what I used to do. But mentally, I still want to. For me, when it comes to working out, and if you eat right, working out is a part of that. If you work out, then eating right is a part of that. They all go hand in hand. But for me, I like to think, and one of my coworkers once told me, I paid a price to look good. I paid a price to be able to reach down and touch the floor with the palm of my hands in my 60s. I paid the price for that. What's the price I paid? I'm eating well. I work out. You can too. You're not going to be where I am on day one. When you watch those videotapes of the people working out, this is how I work out. I'm not going to be fit and so forth as they are on day one. But if I do it for a month, If I do it for 2 or 3 months, who's to say? And even if you don't have a six pack of abs, I bet you got something that most people your age probably don't have. So working out and eating goes hand in hand. But if you're working out and not eating right, try it. So you know what? I've been talking way too long. I'm trying to give you something of value. I hope I did give you something of value. The main thing is come and join our group. You got any questions, ask. It's like-minded people. It's a brand new group. It's like-minded people. We're getting together. And you know what? I do want to mention something. This is my second or third time saying that, right? But I promise this is my last time. On the Simply Paleo, if I miss a day, if I mess up a day, I don't beat myself up. I just get back on it the next day. And there's no day better than today. When I tell myself I'm going to wait and start tomorrow, I need to start today. Because tomorrow never comes. Read a book called Tomorrow Never Comes. A long time ago. Great book. Start today. If you need information, again, you can go and look for the book. I will post a link to the book underneath. But join our group. Come on in. We're there to help each other. No one knows everything. We are going to respect each other. It's a good group. So I spent enough time with you today. I want to say thank you, and thank you very much for actually listening to me. Do the 30-day reset. Just do the 30-day reset, and I think that you will not regret the results that you're going to get. So, peace out. I'll talk to you later. See you in the group.